Environment beats willpower. You don't need more willpower. That's the first thing I need you to hear. Willpower is a limited resource. It depletes. It has bad days. And if your entire plan for self-improvement rests on willpower alone, you've already set yourself up to fail. What actually works is environment design. Your brain is constantly hunting for the path of least resistance. That's not laziness, that's efficiency. Evolution built you to conserve energy, which means whatever is easiest to reach is almost always what you end up doing. Junk food on the counter? You eat it, not because you're weak, because it's there. Phone on your desk? You scroll it, not because you can't focus, because it's right there. Bed warm at 7 a.m.? You stay, because staying is easier than getting up. So stop fighting your brain, work with it. Hide the junk food. Put fruit on the counter. Move your phone to another room when you need to focus. Sleep in your workout clothes if you have to. Set your shoes out the night before. You didn't become more disciplined. You just made the good choice the obvious one. The people who truly understand this don't rely on motivation. They build environments where success is the default. And failure takes actual effort. The 2-minute rule. Procrastination isn't laziness. Let's be clear about that. Procrastination is your brain's response to tasks that feel overwhelming, unclear, or emotionally uncomfortable. Your brain looks at clean the entire room and goes, nope, too much. We'll do that later. And later never comes. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Make the first action so small that it feels stupid to avoid. Don't clean your room. Just pick up one thing. Don't write the essay. Just open the document. Don't go to the gym. Just put your shoes on. Don't meditate for 20 minutes. Just sit down and take one breath. 2 minutes. That's the threshold. Here's why this works. Starting is the hardest part. And once you're in motion, your brain shifts into a completely different mode. You pick up one thing, and suddenly you're cleaning the whole room. You open the document, and 40 minutes later, you've written 3 paragraphs you didn't expect to write. There's actual science behind this called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain hates unfinished tasks and will naturally want to continue them once started. So you trick the system. You start something so small that your brain doesn't even bother resisting. The 2-minute rule isn't about getting things done in 2 minutes. It's about removing the only barrier that actually matters: starting. Sleep is a superpower. I know, you've heard this before, but I promise you're still underestimating it. Most people treat sleep like a luxury, something you do when there's nothing else on. They brag about running on 5 hours. They stay up scrolling. And then they wonder why they feel off, foggy and reactive all day. Here's what's actually happening while you sleep. Your brain runs a literal cleanup cycle, flushing out toxic waste that builds up during the day. It consolidates memories, it regulates your hormones, it resets your emotional baseline, it essentially reboots every system in your body. When you skip this, everything suffers. Focus drops. Decision-making gets worse. Your emotional regulation falls apart. Things that wouldn't normally bother you suddenly derail your whole afternoon. Hunger hormones go haywire and you crave sugar and junk. Willpower collapses, creativity dries up. And the worst part? When you're chronically sleep-deprived, you lose the ability to accurately judge how impaired you actually are. You genuinely believe you're fine. You're not fine. The cheat code is boring but non-negotiable. Consistent sleep and wake times every day, including weekends. Your body runs on a biological clock, and when you respect it, sleep quality dramatically improves on its own. Same bedtime, same wake time, dark, cool room, no screens for 30 minutes before bed. Not exciting. But it might be the single highest leverage change you can make. Movement is a mood switch. This isn't about becoming a fitness person. That's not what I'm saying. This is about something much simpler. Movement as a mental tool. When you exercise even moderately, your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and something called BDNF, basically fertilizer for your brain cells. Stress goes down, anxiety drops, focus sharpens, mood lifts, and it kicks in fast. A 20-minute walk can measurably shift your mental state. Here's what most people miss. When your brain is stuck, moving your body is often faster than thinking your way through it. If you're anxious, a walk works better than sitting and analyzing your anxiety. In a creative slump, 10 minutes of movement can unlock ideas that an hour of staring at a screen never would. Movement isn't a punishment. It's not something you earn after finishing your work. It's a cognitive tool, a mood regulator. Almost every high performer across every field has some form of daily movement practice. Not because they're obsessed with fitness, but because their brain works better when their body moves. You don't need a plan. You don't need equipment. You just need to move consistently every single day. Rewrite the story in your head. Your brain is a storytelling machine. It takes raw events and immediately assigns meaning to them. And usually that meaning is harsher than reality. You fail at something. Your brain says, I'm not good enough. Someone doesn't reply. Your brain says, they don't like me. You have a rough week. Your brain says, this is who I am. The problem is these stories feel like facts. They feel like the truth about you. But they're not. They're interpretations. and interpretations can be changed. This is the foundation of cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the most evidence-backed approaches in psychology. The core idea: your thoughts create your emotions, and your emotions drive your behavior. Intervene at the thought level, and you change everything downstream. The practice: catch the thought, question it, replace it. When you notice a spiral, pause. Ask, is this actually true? What's the evidence? Is there another explanation? What would I say to a friend thinking this exact thing? Then replace it with something more accurate. Not fake positivity, not everything is amazing. Something honest. I failed at this one thing, and now I have information I didn't have before. Same event, different meaning, different emotional response, different next action. Your internal monologue is shaping your life constantly, whether you're paying attention or not. Learning to edit it is a genuine compounding advantage. Build systems, not goals. Goals are overrated. There, I said it. They're not useless. Goals give you direction, but direction alone doesn't move you. Most people set goals, feel motivated for about a week, and drift back to exactly what they were doing before. Because the goal didn't change their daily behavior. It just changed what they were hoping for. Here's the reframe. Don't obsess over the outcome. Build the process. Instead of, I want to lose 10 kilos, build a system, move daily, eat mostly whole food, sleep consistently. Instead of, I want to write a book, build a system, 500 words every morning before checking your phone. Instead of, I want financial freedom, build a system, automatic savings, monthly spending review, one new skill per quarter. A goal is the destination. A system is the vehicle, and what you do every single day is what actually determines where you end up. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. That's actually liberating, because systems are completely within your control. You can design them, adjust them, improve them. Your motivation will fluctuate. Your systems don't have to. Build the process. Trust the process. The outcomes will follow. Your environment includes people. This one stings for some people. I'll say it directly. The people around you are shaping you, constantly, whether you're aware of it or not. Humans are wired to mirror the behavior, attitudes, and standards of those closest to them. It's not weakness, it's neuroscience. We have mirror neurons literally built for syncing us up with others, which means your social environment is an invisible force pushing you in some direction every single day. Surround yourself with people who complain constantly, have no drive, and treat their health as an afterthought. And those norms will slowly, quietly become your norms. Not because you're easily influenced, but because proximity shapes expectations, and expectations shape behavior. The flip side is equally true. Spend real time around people who are disciplined, curious, and building toward something, and it becomes contagious. Their habits set a standard. Their conversations raise your thinking. Being in the room with someone who has what you want makes it feel real and reachable in a way that no motivational content ever can. You don't need to cut everyone out, but you do need to be intentional. Seek out people who are building something. Join communities with high standards. Find mentors, even through books or online. You become an average of the inputs you allow in. Choose better inputs. Automate the important stuff. Every decision you make costs mental energy. This is called decision fatigue, and it's real, and it's grinding you down. By the end of the day, your brain has processed thousands of small choices, and it's tired, so it starts cutting corners, reaching for what's easy, abandoning the disciplined option. This is why so many good intentions fall apart at night, not because you're weak, but because your brain is depleted. The solution: remove as many decisions as possible by automating them once, up front. Savings: set an automatic transfer on payday. The money moves before you can think about spending it. You didn't decide to save, the system just did it. Workouts: block them in your calendar like client meetings. Non-negotiable, not, I'll work out if I have time. It's in the schedule. Meals: prep a few basics on Sundays so future you isn't making food decisions when they're tired and hungry and all out of willpower. Morning routine: same sequence every single day. Wake, hydrate, move, focus, on autopilot before your conscious brain even fully boots up. The goal is to make your default behaviors your best behaviors, so that even on your worst days, the system carries you forward anyway. Less deciding, more doing, better outcomes. Do nothing on purpose. Your brain is not built for constant input, but that's exactly what modern life delivers. Notifications, content, conversations, noise. From the second you wake up to the second you fall asleep, your phone is the first thing you reach for in the morning and the last thing you look at before bed, and your nervous system is exhausted. Here's something counterintuitive. Deliberately doing nothing is a performance tool. Not meditation necessarily, though that works. Just stillness, No phone, no music, no podcast, no screen. You, sitting, existing for 5 to 10 minutes. It feels uncomfortable at first, almost wrong, like you're wasting time. But what's actually happening is your brain is finally getting the chance to process its backlog, to consolidate, to connect ideas that couldn't find each other through the noise, to hear what you actually think. Most of your best ideas won't arrive in front of a screen. They'll come in the shower, on a walk, in a quiet moment you almost didn't allow yourself to have. You can engineer those moments. You can deliberately create white space in your day and protect it like any other important commitment. Because the most effective people aren't the ones doing the most, they're the ones thinking the most clearly, and clear thinking requires silence. Learn how to actually learn. Most people learn inefficiently their entire lives and never figure out why nothing sticks. The default approach, read something, highlight it, reread your highlights, feels productive. It isn't. It's called passive review, and your brain barely registers it as worth storing long term. You feel like you're learning, you're mostly just recognizing. Here's what the science actually says. First, retrieval practice. Instead of rereading, close the book and try to recall what you just covered. Write it down, say it out loud, explain it to someone else. The act of pulling information back out of your brain, especially when it's difficult, is what builds the neural pathways. The struggle isn't a sign you're doing it wrong. The struggle is the signal that learning is actually happening. Second, spaced repetition. Cramming works for a test and evaporates within days. Spacing your review out, covering something, then coming back after a day, then a week, then a month, dramatically improves what you keep long-term. There are apps built around exactly this principle. Use them. Third, interleaving. Instead of mastering one topic before moving to the next, mix them up. It feels messier and harder, but the evidence is clear. Interleaved practice consistently produces better long-term retention than blocked practice. The cheat code isn't learning more, it's learning better. Because in a world where anyone can access almost any information, the real advantage goes to the person who can retain it, apply it, and build on it. 10 cheat codes, none of them complicated. But stacked together, your whole life starts moving differently. Small actions, every day, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and become a genius.